What is up, Planet Earth? It What is up, Planet Earth? It is your boy Earthy Live 3, and today is December 31st, 6:52 p.m. A couple hours before New Year's Eve. If y'all don't believe me, hold on. Just look. Hold on. Can I show it? Yep, right there. There you go. For all the people that's out there saying, "Oh no, he's lying." And I know this background seems a bit familiar. I'm at my mother's house. But as you have already noticed that today we're doing something different. Um no intro, no music, barely any editing cuz today is I have something that I kind of like want to get off my chest real quick. I want a lot of you to get to know me. And also, as you can see in the title, I want to create some life goals for myself on YouTube. For the past couple of days, if y'all didn't already know, I had some stuff going on. But I really want to talk about it. So this video won't really be that long winded, okay? Hopefully not. I hope that it's not long winded. I just want to talk to you guys and just let y'all know about me, and have some life goals for myself for the next 10 years. I want to set something, I want to put myself on a pedestal of what I really expect of myself for the next 10 years. And yeah, I want all y'all to know what those goals are. And hopefully, 10 years from now, you, which is me, but basically all I'm saying is I hope I do accomplish these goals, and I have wrote down a list, so that's why if you see me looking this way instead of directly to you, that's just me just gathering my thoughts and everything, you know but before I get into my goals, I do want to get a little bit of myself out there for a lot of you that don't know nothing about me. um First things first, my name is Earthy Live 3. Feel me? My last name is Goodman. I am from the city of Philadelphia. I am a black African American Muslim man. If that matters, hopefully things like this doesn't matter in like the next 10 years. I hope everything is truly equal where we really don't have to associate ourselves like that. But you know, um, yeah. For those who don't know, I love gaming. I love video games. I love comic books. I love movies. I love television shows. Um, Probably like my top three things I love and enjoy. It's probably like Doctor Who, Marvel. Actually no, Transformers, Doctor Who, Marvel, and I'm gonna say DC. And I'm gonna add a tad bit of Game of Thrones to there. You feel me? A little bit something. And for all my anime fans out there, I'll add Attack on Titans. I love Attack on Titans. If you have not, peeped out the title or whatever. Um, I have a mother and a father that I love very much. And I have 14 siblings. Yes, I know that seems a bit crazy, but yes, I do. I have 14 siblings that I also love very much. Um, Let me see. What else? What else? Uh, Dang. I ain't gonna lie. In my head, I thought this would be kind of easy, but it's really not easy. Um, my favorite YouTubers are Corey Kenshin. I'll say Corey Kenshin, Markiplier, Blasphemous HD, Blind Wave. Um, these past couple, like I'll say like this past year, I really enjoyed watching Snapsy. I like Snapsy a lot. What else? Comic Storian, of course. Dead Meat. I really enjoyed Dead Meat. And what else? I think for like my favorite YouTubers. Oh, no. I can't believe I almost forgot about them. I really do love these guys' videos. Struggle Nation, our economic media channel. I love them very much. You know, shout out to Philly, feel me. You already know what it is, big inspirators. But yeah, I really do enjoy those YouTubers. Those are my inspirations of the reason why I really wanted to do YouTube. You feel me? Well, partially. You know, I we'll have another story time for another day. Um, yeah, you know, those are some things about me. Hopefully, I'll probably try to do a Q&A one of these days, but you know, those are some things about me that y'all probably didn't know, just to get to know about me officially. And I just want to talk about like just like the past couple years, you know, like just of me doing content creating. So for those that don't know, this has always been one of my dream goals, or not my dream goals, but like one of my dream. I can't find a word, but one of my dream things I've always wanted to do ever since I was younger as a kid. I always wanted to do YouTube. I always wanted to do gaming, stop motion videos, and all types of stuff. You feel me? Reactions and things like that. I always wanted to do this stuff. When I was a kid, I always used to be like, man, like when I grow up, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you know, every time when it came to YouTube, you know, because I never had the chance of really having a YouTube channel. I never really officially got my first YouTube channel until I was like, how old was I? I think I was like 14. I think that was like the first time I really kind of like got a quote unquote channel, but like I made the channel so I can like, I made like my YouTube account. You feel what I'm saying, y'all? So like, and I was just like following all my favorite YouTubers and things like that. And but like I always sit there in my head like, yo, like when I grow up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And y'all, it wasn't until I had gotten out of a relationship in 2022 that I wanted to pursue YouTube, you know. And I will not lie to y'all, this does sound simpy. Uh, simpy, is that even a word? I don't know, but it does sound simpy, y'all. I wanted to make content, so this person I was with, I wanted to show her that I was able to change and be a better person, you know, and actually, you know, achieve something. And I was like, what way can she see that but to watch me do YouTube, you know? And I wanted to do YouTube, and I couldn't do YouTube because I didn't have no camera. I didn't have no, like, I really didn't have a laptop or anything like that to do anything. I didn't have no PC. I only had my Xbox, my headset, and my microphone. Well, my mic, my headset, which was all old gen, messed up, all types of things, you know? And it was like very, like, ugh, kind of annoying. But fear thee not, because around that time, especially during like around the time of March and April, you know, I actually figured out that I can actually stream me playing the game off of Twitch. And you know, I got my homegirl Sasa Games, and we decided to go ahead and stream Visage for our first Twitch stream. And man, it was such a blast. Like at that moment, I wasn't even thinking about, you know, my relationship at that time. I was just like, bro, like I'm just here, I'm having fun, I'm playing the game, you know, with my homegirl. And it was just like an amazing experience because that was something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to make content, you know. And those past couple years, you know, like I never really, I was gaming here and there, but like I would take breaks because I was in high school and things like that. And it would get annoying because personal issues that happened, you know. But it wasn't until last year of 2024 where I went through a traumatic canon event that I will not speak about in this video. That will be for another story time, another video. But after I went through that, it was like, man, like one of my, I was just honestly, not, no lie to y'all, I was in this room sitting here depressed, and I was just like, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? You know, and it was hard for me because I was like, the person that I was doing this for isn't around. You know, that's dead. Like, what am I doing all this for? You know, like, what am I achieving? What am I supposed to do? You know, and it wasn't until I had a conversation with Sasa Games, you know, and she told me, hey, like, this was something that you always wanted to do. You know, in the hindsight of things, it's like, yo, like, this was something that wasn't meant for her, but it was something that was secretly meant for you, and you didn't really see it that way, you know. And she was just like, keep doing what you're doing, don't give up, because you actually have something going on, you know. And I really, at the time, at the moment, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. It was like literally like a day later, I was like, you know what, she's right. So I turned that camera back on, and I got back to doing what I was doing. And it was like for years, man. I was just like so, lost. And like I said, I didn't have none of the things that all these other YouTubers have, you know. But it wasn't until, and I prayed and I put my trust in God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I was able to have this. I really was. I was really able to have this and to buy my PC, buy my PlayStation, buy this, different things that I really wanted, to continue to pursue my career, when ultimately it wasn't much help. You feel me? Like, of course I had my mom and my dad, but like my dad, he, not to speak bad on my father, but he was the type person, who's just like, this that's going on here is not getting me nowhere. It's not going to get me nowhere as of right now. Get a job and things like that. My mom, she was more like going to college, but she was very supportive. She helped me get my monitor, and that was that. But she was very supportive of what I did. She was very happy for me. And but even then, ultimately, it was still a struggle, because I felt like I was falling behind, of a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I will not lie, y'all. There were moments that I have gotten jealous while doing this. I wanted to do, I met a bunch of people, I've played games and did videos with, or put people on, and I used to get, I will not lie, I will not say jealous, I will say I used to get envious at the fact that they would blow up before me, and I will not lie, there were certain moments where I did be like, dang, like, am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? Like what am I doing? Like, what am I doing, y'all? Am I doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing? Is this not it for me? But, that's the devil talking. Like, that's the devil, that's the shaitan that's just putting those bad thoughts in my head, and that just wasn't it for me. I wanted more, and I had to I had to be optimistic and hopeful and faithful for what I have going on, and it was when that was going on, I bought my PC, put my faith in God and put my trust in God. He blessed me with not just the knowledge, but the work ethic to even put me in that position to get where I want to be at, and that was just one of the amazing things, that made one of my greatest milestones while doing this, and it was at this time, like I had a couple 100,000, I was about to say a couple 100,000. I had a couple hundred followers on Twitch, but my Twitch wasn't really blowing up, and I think that was, I do believe that was like, God, trying to tell me like, probably this, like, it's good for you, but this probably isn't for you at the moment. As to now, I turned my head over towards YouTube, and I noticed, I'm like, yo, I got all these videos, and I never really post them, which isn't all of my videos, not fully 100% of all my videos that I had, because it's something that just accidentally got deleted. But I was just like, like, let me go ahead and post this up on the channel, and around this time, now, we're about to enter 2025. And for those that don't know, around this time, I was working, I was in a relationship, well, another relationship, and, I had a lot going on for myself. I will not lie to y'all. But, I will say things kind of took a turn, when going in 2025. I decided to go to college. You know, was it the best thing? Was it the worst thing? We don't know yet. To me, I like to be optimistic and say it was the best thing for me. But with making that choice, certain things kind of had to go, but kind of like ended when I made that choice. My money started disappearing, sadly. I do have my folks that are helping me out. And I lost someone who I was really in love with. You feel me? And with all of that happening, I was like, I just can't stop. For those that don't know, like, I'm the type of person that's just like, yo, I have to keep moving forward. I have to keep going to get to my goals. And I hope that all of y'all do the same. And it was just so much. You feel me? Like, it was annoying. It did hurt because, I hate asking for money. I hate, having the feeling of being alone and things like that. Normal human stuff. You feel me? But in a way, it was kind of worth it. You feel me? I finally got into my dream school. For those that don't know, I want to do film. I want to make movies and television shows and anime. I want to do things like that. So me going to my dream school, that definitely did make me happy because I definitely met quite a few people along the way that I actually really do care about, and I'm glad entered my life. And I also continued editing and posting on YouTube, which was great because, yeah, for those, I mean, like, y'all, I literally got up to over 100 subscribers. That may not seem like some to really to any of you who are looking at all these content creators who have thousands and millions of subscribers, but it's just like, bro, can y'all imagine, because we're at 135 right now, can y'all imagine 135 people in your room? You can't, because it's barely 50 people that can barely fit in your room. I mean, I don't know your room, I'm not trying to say you're broke or anything, but I would assume in a 4x4 wall, in a regular home, no mansion, none of that, you're in a regular home, I do not believe that 50 people is fitting in your room. Okay, let's be realistic now. Okay, so for that to happen, for all the 135 people in 2025 that are here, that are watching, and that have subscribed, I am happy. I am thankful for all of y'all that chimed in and supported me on this beautiful journey. And I hope the best for all y'all. You feel me? But with all me saying this, it's what I'm really trying to say. What it really boils down to is that like, I used to be doing this, for one person. You feel me? When all actuality, what I really wanted to do, I wanted to do this for the world. I wanted to make content for the world. I wanted people to see me and see the joy and happiness that I can give to them. And that was something I always wanted to do as a kid. And in that moment, I didn't really see it until, last year. And where I'm at right now, I really do want to do that. I still want to do that. I still want to bring positivity and fun to y'all screens, to brighten your day, and that's something I really want to do. And with me saying all of this, I would like to now, I would like to now announce my goals To you, from me to you, not the audiences, but to future Earth. These are my goals that I'm looking for. You know the goals, but for everyone else to know where I am at right now in 2025, is my list. It's different bullet points, but it boils down to 10 different goals, really. You know, and might as well get into it. I said I was going to be long, but it is 21 minutes. I know I'm going to cut a lot of this. But yeah, so my first goal, y'all, is strengthening my religion. I want to strengthen my iman, on I really want to be on my deen, within these next 10 years. I want to do great, by the permission of Allah. I really want to strive for that. I know me right now, I'm not the greatest Muslim there is in existence, but I do want to be a better Muslim. I want to do that for not just, myself, but for all of you and to my family and everything, and especially God. I want to do that. I really want to be a better, in terms of, spirituality and, and in here, you feel me? Here and here, I just want to be better in that, religiously, be married and, have kids and things like that, pray, be consistent with prayer, uh, charity and things like that. I want to do better with that. Moving on. Being a better and kind human being, I guess this does, fall into strengthening my religion, but I do want to be a better and more kind human being. I'm not going to say I am the meanest person, but I know that we have all fallen short on not being the greatest people. We've probably cursed, said bad things to other people and about other people, probably been bullies at moments. And I'm not saying that's always been me, but I know I've said things, that I have never really been fond of and proud of, really. And I do try to be, a better person, but I hope in 10 years from now that you, Earthy Live 3, is an upstanding human being. I hope that you are one of the greatest, one of the nicest, most kindest people that ever lived. That's a goal of mine, y'all. Now to the next one. In 10 years from now, I really do hope that I make 50 million subscribers. I really do. I think it's doable, as long as I'm consistent, I keep my head in the game, I'm focused, and I do what I love to do. I think I can make 50 million subscribers in 10 years. If you're telling me that, we got somebody named Mr. Beast who has over 400 million subscribers and things like that, we have YouTubers who done a whole lot, who's collected all types of subscribers and everything. You're telling me a gaming YouTuber can't make 50 million subscribers? I know you can. I know you can, Earth. We got it. It's in our blood. It's within us. You feel me? We got this. We got this. I really do believe in you. I feel like that's a life goal of mine. To achieve. Just to sit there and not just just to sit there and just have 50 million subscribers. I feel like that's just a cool milestone to have. You feel me? Other than just oh, let's just have 1 million subscribers. 1 million subscribers, I'm thinking all right, cool, next, probably let's say 2-3 years maybe, we hit up a million, a milli, feel me? But yeah, 50 million subscribers in the next 10 years, I feel like it's doable, and that is a great goal of mine that I really would love to reach. And if you do not reach it, it's okay. I'm not going to be mad at you. Mom and dad aren't going to be mad at you. we're still gonna be proud. Everyone's still gonna be proud of you. You are an exceptional human being. Okay, uh, don't sweat it. But if you did, congratulations. I'm proud of you. um, but yeah, from there, which does lead into the 50 million subscribers, and a lot of these kind of lean into each other. But as I continue on being Earthy Live 3, y'all, I do want to be a symbol, to everyone. Like a heroic symbol. I want to be somebody that can inspire greatness in all of you. And not even just like on a regular level of like, of philosophical talk. I'm just saying, like, I want to literally inspire all of you to be great, to do great things, to be a good person, be kind, laugh, and spread that laughter to others. I want you to inspire greatness into other people. If you're going through something, guess what? I want you to go look at the next person, tell them you love them, buy them flowers, give them a hug, or, talk to them, whatever it is. Do something nice. Be kind. I want to inspire that with other people. And I want to give joy and laughter to others, and I want to give comfort. And I want to be that type of person that can do that. So much that all of you do the same for everyone else. And it doesn't have to be through a YouTube video. It can be in person. It can be at your job. It can be at school, or just a walk in the park, or just an average day maybe. It doesn't matter. As long as you can be true to yourself and be a nice person, you can do all of that. And that's what I aspire to do for all of you, because for me, really, ultimately, for all my goals, I want to be able to make everyone happy. I want to make all of you smile. That is what I want to do. And I will not lie. If I were to die, within these 10 years, I would hope so. I would be glad that I died knowing that I made everyone, no matter how many subscribers I have, even if I still had 135 subscribers, 5-10 years later from now, as long as I get to make those people happy, that is my charity. That is my sadaqah that I give to the world, and that's something that can never be repaid, because I want that for y'all. I don't want y'all to be sad, even though we have to be sad at moments, and we have to be upset at times, but I want greatness for y'all. I don't want y'all to have a bad day. And if my videos can make your days brighter, then that means I actually accomplished something, and I actually am doing something good. That, and that's where I am with that. I want to be the light in everyone's darkness. In my next goal, I really do hope that I make enough money to have a nice house. Yes, I put have a good place, but I really do want like a nice big house. Really, I don't really care, because I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. But if I get to have 2-3 bedrooms, that would be cool. Especially with one of the bedrooms that I put on here, I really want it to be like a collection type of room. Where I have all of my comics, action figures, Legos, any type of other collectibles that there are. I really do hope that I get to meet the goal of having that. You feel me? Next, it goes on with the house, I guess. It's not really crazy, but I do hope, next 10 years I do have my dream car. One of my dream cars, y'all, is that Camaro. That Bumblebee John from the movies. I want to have that. I really want that. I don't know why. Like, yellow is not my favorite color, but I'm telling you, if I have enough money to buy that car and drive it around, put the Autobot symbol on there, I achieved something. I've met my goal. I am happy. I am satisfied. Okay, y'all. I will be satisfied with that. Now this goes into my 50 million subscribers and everything else with that. Y'all, I want to do other content. Earth, I hope that you do be able to spread yourself out to do other content that you really want to do. You feel me? Like, I want to do comic books. I want to make I want to make content on comic books. Of course, more reaction content, commentary, skits, story times, things like that. I really want to do that. And also, this was going to be in the next one, but I'm going to just put it in there anyway. Just like still keep the video short. Also, I want to do my short films. If y'all don't know, I do have a other YouTube channel where right now I have a lot of edits on there, but I really want to put more short films. I want to do like a lot of short films like comedy, horror, and things like that. I want to put that on that YouTube channel. So hopefully I do meet my goal of putting those videos on there. But yeah, like I just want to do a lot of things, with my content on here and on my other channel. You feel me? Hopefully we do get to meet that goal and to accomplish those things. Next thing on my list is Planet Earth. So for those that don't know, I have a content creating group called Planet Earth. I made Planet Earth around, it was like 2021, early 2022. When it was just me, Sasa, Caleb. I know my homegirl, Twin, you know who you are, Purple Sapphire, we remember you. But her and some of our other homies that we had in there, like I remember I had started playing I had started playing Earth, doing that right there. And we was fun, doing our thing, playing Sea of Thieves, Grand Theft Auto, and things like that. But these past couple months, especially within this last year, I made Planet Earth into something official where it's actually a group of content creators, that actually, that actually make content of, gaming, art, music, all types of stuff. We have YouTubers that are doing the whole nine, that's doing everything. You feel me? And with that being said, hopefully, within the next 10 years, realistically, I'm looking at like within like the next year or two, probably like 3 years, who knows. But, hopefully, I do get to make another channel where me and Planet Earth, we get to host events and, put content on those videos and collect money from them. But not to collect money for ourselves and put it in our pockets, but I would like to collect that money and put it towards nonprofit organizations, for feeding the homeless, mental health, of course, helping out any culture of any race, any religion, helping out, people from all walks of life. Don't matter if you're gay, don't matter if you're straight, Jewish, you Muslim, Christian, if you're homeless, if you've been through, I don't think I can say the word, but if you've, been SA'd or anything like that, I want to use that money and put towards helping anyone else that is in need, and even for, environmental issues. I'm not too big on knowing everything about environmental issues, but, helping anything. So it can be like, collecting plastic bottles, picking up trash, food, farming, trees, grass, what is it? Plants, food and things like that. Yeah, like I just want to do the whole with that channel and with that group. I really do hope that we can achieve that. And Earth, I really do hope if you can do that, because there are people out here that are in need, a terrible desperate of a need. And it's sad that we're living and we're going through that still within 2025, but hopefully in 2035 we have accomplished that goal into helping more and giving back to the people and giving back to the community, especially in our city. Our city goes through a lot of things, and hopefully we can push forward in making a great change for that. And next thing, last but not least, I'm put these two together, but accomplish other life goals. Like traveling, um, doing more with like my film, business and things like that. I do want to make a production studio. Hopefully, I do accomplish that within the next 10 years. I kind of want to also get into fashion. I hope I do something with that. In 10 years. I do want to make I do want to make an anime. Sorry, y'all. I'm just it's a bunch going through my head, and I'm trying to keep everything in so like I don't have to cut a lot of this out. You feel me? I am going to fix a few things, but sorry. But sorry if I'm saying but a lot. I used to stutter when I was a kid, so it's like to help me out. I say, but you mean you feel me? I gotta. I'm doing my best with not doing that. So I'm sorry, y'all. Just bear with me. Uh, see. But yeah, to continue with what I'm saying though, yeah, I want to make an anime. I want to buy a home for my mom. I want to buy my dad his dream car, and I want to connect more with family. You feel me? That's not through, of course, YouTube, but just privately. I want to connect more with my family. I want to be more in tuned with them, because I'm kind of like an isolated person, but like even like my family, we're kind of all distant and isolated, and I do want better for us, and I do want us to be more connected. Hopefully, I can change that, and I can achieve that in bringing my family closer together. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, that is all my goals, and anybody here, if you have any comments of you know what you want to see, what different things, yeah, like what different things you want to see. If it's something that you don't like seeing of me, just let me know and I'll change that. I really will. I literally will change that, or I'll try to change it. If it's something that is me, I can't. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I can't change that. If it's me, then I can't change that. You know. But yeah, just like let me know. And I hope that I really do accomplish these goals. Earth, if you are watching this 10 years later, you know, I really do hope the best for you. I will be making dua for you as of today, which will also again be next year. And just be you. Be the best version of you. Don't care. Why are you calling me? Anyway, be the best version of yourself. Be you. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. Um, Spread joy. Spread love. Spread optimism. Be a leader. Don't ever be a follower, as our Father will tell us. And make great change. And during all this, do never change. Don't change yourself. Change, you know, what's going on out there, but don't change what's going on in here and in here. Still be yourself, you know, and don't listen to the haters. I know that sounds generic and corny, but really don't listen to the haters. You feel me? You got this. Keep on going, keep pushing forward. And if you do accomplish everything, I'm super proud of you. Mom and dad are super proud of you. I know all of our family members are super proud of you because you have came a long way. And I do wish the best for you on this journey. And that's just that's something about being Earthy Live 3 that, we signed up for. We decided to do this. We decided to be Earthy Live 3, for one main reason, and that was to be free. Be free of judgment, not God's judgment, but judgment of the people, judgment of, the world around us. You feel me? Like this is a world where we can be ourselves and we don't have to worry about who says what to us. You feel me? But still be respectful, still be kind. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that, cuz that's what the world needs, and the world needs us, and that's something that we have to give to the world. You know, but don't ever forget the promise that we made to our younger self, and I hope we still stuck to that promise. You know, um, Allah, Allah, please bless me to accomplish these goals within the next 10 years with good health and safety. Amen. And with all that being said, Planet Earth, to my fellow stargazers, I love y'all. I respect y'all. It is 2025. I know that this probably was not the best year for everyone. Maybe. If it was, I'm happy. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. But starting 2026, you'll get a whole new version of Earth. A way better version. A version that is fully 100% themselves. Fully able to take the world on by storm. Hopefully. And yeah. So yeah, that's really it. I do hope I really really do hope that I do get to meet these goals. So hopefully Earth, we will see each other once again within the next 10 years. Or not again, actually, realistically, for the first time, really. I do hope that we do get to meet for the first time in the next 10 years. And I would love to know what happened. I would love to know. I will be here waiting for the story. So I'll talk to you. And for everyone else, to all Planet Earth, I hope all of you have a really good next 10 years. For those that are subscribed as of right now, I hope y'all see, the man I will become in the next 10 years. And hopefully y'all are still around in the next 10 years. And for those that are new, welcome. It's nice to meet you. I hope that you are satisfied with the goals of mine, with all these goals of mine. And I'm glad you get to finally meet me, get to know a little bit about me. And yeah, so you already know Planet Earth and Earthy Live 3. You already know who it is. It is your boy Earthy Live 3 to you from 10 years ago. Have a good one.